Like most moms, from the minute you hold your child, you think they're amazing and they're going to do amazing things. And I found that was true with Andrew. Even as a little child, we referred to him as an old soul. Andrew was first diagnosed with cancer at the age of 4. The prognosis was very bleak. They didn't even think he would survive his treatments. So he battled that. And one of the things I'm most thankful for is that although he passed away at the age of 34, we were able to see him grow up and transform into an amazing man. My name is Suzy Flack. I'm 64 years old, and I live in Naperville, Illinois. He was so passionate about his career, his family, his friends, and hockey, which he played from the time he was 5 years old. He even played in what he referred to as an old man's league, some of the people being my age. And he did this up until he couldn't skate anymore. The distance between us, I feel, really complicated matters, and I feel like that wouldn't have been the case had he been in Illinois. As it is, when Drew found out his cancer was terminal, he was by himself with the doctor. When Andrew was determined terminal, I asked him, actually pleaded, please come back home. And at that point, it was a hardcore no, because Illinois did not offer the option of medical aid in dying. That option was so comforting to Drew. I think he feared, even more than death itself, he feared that his body would just deteriorate to the point where he had no quality of life. After talking to me, he called his 3 sisters and his dad and shared his opinion with them. They as well supported Drew. He handled his illness with such dignity and grace that it was remarkable. His students were incredibly important to him. He taught for as long as he could. He would often go to radiation treatments and then go to school, or have chemo in the morning and go to school in the afternoon. I moved out there to be with him. And it was at that point that I realized what a horrific disease cancer is, and how it is like a full-time job, just preparing yourself for each day to go through the struggles. And I was just so humbled by Drew and how he approached everything, by not complaining and by just doing what he needed to do to survive one more day. And that was his goal, making it through another day and another day. I knew Drew had an incredibly strong will to live. I saw that every day as he fought on, as his side effects got more and more intrusive and his quality of life became worse and worse. That day was just like any other day. It was now November 16th. The sun was setting, and I can remember there was just a glow in the room, which was like just heavenly. Drew was laying down on his bed, and we all kneeled down around his big bed. Even Jackson, his roommate's dog, was there. And we all went around and shared a favorite memory of Drew. And then shortly after that, the nurses came in and they had mixed up the medication. And she brought this spoon of raspberry sorbet that the medication was mixed in with and gave it to him. And he was just licking the spoon. I literally thought she was going to have to wrestle him to give it back because it just tasted so good. And within 2 minutes, he was snoring. And my ex-husband looked over at me and we both smiled because Drew had not had a good night's sleep for many years. He had so many open wounds on his back, it was hard for him to even lay down. and the snoring was just music to our ears. Drew's final words before he fell to sleep were, "I'm happy." Drew used to say he wanted to have some control over the way he went out, and he had that control. And the way he died and the peacefulness of it, that is something I will be carrying around forever. I do think if Illinois had the option of medical aid in dying, I do believe Andrew would have come home. When a child is sick, the parents just want to be there, and that would have been easier here, being able to help him manage all the treatments and the hospital stays. So I do pray that, this movement catches on and the Illinois bill is passed.